Do I think Tron Ares does Tron Legacy and the Tron franchise any justice? And that is a convoluted question. I would go as far as to say yes and no, but mainly no. You see, as someone who's not familiar with Tron in any way, shape, or form related to the lore, all I know about is Tron Legacy. And with this new installment of Tron Ares, it basically expands the world in ways that we were not familiar with. And people who even understand the Tron lore are either on the fence with this film or hate it entirely. I will say from an unknowledgeable fan standpoint, visually and audibly, this movie is amazing. Story-wise, it's a bit iffy. The only legit solidified consistency in this film is the audio and the CGI. That in itself was beautiful. The bikes, the planes, the giant weird looking staple thing, fantastic. Even the characters from within the grid, not only do they look cool, but whenever they get either offed or they do things, it just looks amazing. Story-wise, the best way to put it, it tries to be complex when in all reality, it's super simple. The idea of AI being able to go from the grid to the main world and exist there should not be a hard concept, but the way they present it makes it seem like that's the case. Whole bunch of coding, whole bunch of words, whole bunch of numbers, all that stuff. That aside, there are one too many inconsistencies with this, specifically around the AI. There are times where it's consistent, there are other times it's not. You kind of wonder to yourself, why couldn't you do that there when you did this that was much difficult earlier on in the film? And all of a sudden, making something that should be impossible is just second nature to some of these companies. I won't specify what exactly, just know that it really doesn't make much sense. And with something as advanced as this, they can't seem to figure a few things out that should have already been figured out, as we are God knows how many years into the future since the very first one. It's that kind of stuff that ruined it altogether. I think they focused too much on visuals than they did the actual story and the storytelling. I also think the motivations of some of these characters don't really add up. It seems so shallow when, again, it tries to be complex. Again, leading off of AI, how it's supposed to work, how it relates to today's time, so on and so forth. Will I sit here and say that this is one of the best films I've seen this year? Hell no. As a matter of fact, it's one of the worst ones. In terms of Tron alone for what we've gotten from the movies, I'd say it's the second best, right underneath Tron Legacy. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. It's just, visually it carries, and that's all I can really say.